Hello and welcome to section on preparing data for dashboards. In this section, we will look at various options available inside modeling tab, which we should perform before creating any DAX formulas and visualization inside Power BI. In next few videos, we will look at all of these options one by one. So let us get started and have a look at table related options first of all. Assuming that all has gone well and you now have a series of tables from various sources successfully added to your Power BI desktop data model. There are few features available inside Power BI which will help us to enhance the table's functionality. In this video, we will primarily look at these four features related to the tables. First is table view, then how to rename the tables and what will be the impact of renaming a table, then how to delete a table and its impact. And finally, instead of deleting a table, you can even hide the tables or deactivate the load of the tables. So with that, let us get started and have a look at these options directly inside our Power BI. Now, here is the data view and all the tables which are being imported into Power BI are displayed on the right hand side. You can also expand the tables by clicking on this arrow and all the columns which are present in that particular table will get listed. You would notice that you can't manually edit any of the cell values which are being displayed here in this table view. Even though this display might look similar to your Excel table, you can't manually edit any of the values in Power BI desktop. Now, let us say you import a table data and you think of renaming a particular table name. Then you can do that by simply right-clicking any of the table name and this new window or new tooltip will get displayed. You can then simply select a rename and now you can rename the way you want it. Just put dim dates. So this way you can see that our rename is being done to our calendar table. Now once you rename the table here in data view, it automatically renames the backend query editor which is being used to import this data. In essence, Power BI will let you rename the dataset either as a queries in the Power BI desktop query editor window or directly in this data window. Because through query editor only, you will bring in the data into this table. Renaming one of the tables or even one of them will renames the other. However, I would still suggest you to double check the other queries where this particular rename table is being referenced as a source data so that you can avoid any errors later on. Now let us assume that you have imported one table and you now feel that it is no longer required and hence you wish to delete it fully from your data models. You can then simply right click any of the tables and from this you can simply click the delete button and immediately your table will get deleted. Now when you delete the table, you are removing it from Power BI desktop completely. This means that it will also get removed from the set of queries that may have been referenced to this particular table to perform transformation on the dataset. So you need to be extra careful when you are deleting any particular tables because you could lose all of your carefully built transformation steps as well as DAX formulas. Now, instead of deleting a particular table entirely, you can also hide the tables from report view or simply deactivate it from loading from the query editor window. So let us say if I want to hide this, I can right click and click on this hide from report view. Now, if I go back to my report view, I won't be able to see that particular table over here. However, if I go to the data view, it will be still there. Now, if you want to unhide, just right click it and uncheck this mark. Now, this is one of the options instead of deleting a table. Another option is not loading the table itself to this data view. So now let us say if I go back to my edit queries and now here I have the list of all the queries from which the data is being loaded. And let us say if I don't want to load this table, I can right click this query and deactivate this enable load. So if I deactivate it, it will give me a warning. I can click on continue and if I click close and apply, all the tables which has been deactivated with enable load will get removed over here. So if you deactivate that setting, it will get removed. So if you want that back, you can go back to the query and click enable load. So if I click on enable load, and now if I click close and apply, it will get loaded back to my data model. So here you can see the data has been loaded. Now let us see if there are relationships which are being active. So here you can see that relationship has been deleted. So once you deactivate that enable load, you will have to create relationship again with your sales table and this date lookup table. So whenever you delete it or deactivate the load, you will have to edit the relationships one more time. So that is it, like from my side guys, for table related options. See you in next video.